Hello my dear friends and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. In today's video we have a massive reveal for the Book of Boba Fett and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Before we talk about it, I just want to say that there are some major spoilers ahead, so if you don't want to know about this, turn away now. But with that said, let's dive straight into it. Star Wars Newsnet have shared details on a scene description for the Book of Boba Fett, and it sounds absolutely incredible and could even have a tie-in to the Bad Batch. So let's see what they've got to say in their own words and then we'll talk about it. Exclusive, wild scene description from the Book of Boba Fett. The Book of Boba is less than 3 months away and we have a big, literally exclusive about the series that should satisfy your appetite for footage until a trailer arrives. This scene we're describing below should do a very good job of setting the tone for how wild and epic the series is going to be. And so then they get right into the description. A reliable source has described a scene from the Book of Boba Fett, and in the scene, Boba is going to be encountering and quite possibly taming or controlling a Rancor. Our source was not completely positive on whether Fett is fighting the beast or controlling it, but Fett is standing on the back of the Rancor's neck and it looks like he's riding and controlling it. As it tears through a complex city street on what is likely Tatooine, we've consulted with a separate source who confirmed the scene is indeed in the series. We've had an artist create a rendering based on all of the details that we were told, which includes a Rancor wearing a huge chestplate armor and wrist guards. The Rancor is said to be much lighter in complexion than Patissa, who at this stage is dead, and is more of a sandy colour. And so basically guys, this has led a lot of people to think that this Rancor could indeed be Muchi from the Bad Batch. That would be a wonderful tie-in because then two Fetts would have seen and interacted with Muchi, both Omega and now Boba. This is literally the closest we've gotten to any sort of description or any details about the show itself. The other day, as we know, we got the poster, but this is something truly epic. As Robert Rodriguez says, this show is going to be all killer no filler, and just like with this Rancor scene, we're in for so many amazing surprises. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts of this in the comments down below. Do you think this Rancor could be Muchi? And if so, what do you think he's doing fighting a Rancor? Or as this article also proposes, he could be trying to control it. Now this rumour is very much in line with other reports that we've covered over the last few months about how the series is going to feel very reminiscent of the original trilogy, incorporating familiar creatures and monsters with the technology we have in 2021, especially when using the volume and the technology used to bring the magic of Star Wars to life, while also staying true to the feel of this franchise. Now, a Rancor appearing in this series is very reminiscent of when Jabba the Hutt ruled the underworld of Tatooine. But now that he's dead and with Boba taking care of Bib Fortuna, the throne really belongs to Boba. If this Rancor is Muchi from the Bad Batch, then Bib Fortuna may have kept her around when he ruled the underworld after Jabba's death. Now that he's been killed, Boba might come face to face with her, and this is how the fight comes about. I've also seen a few other suggestions, like it could be a flashback of Patissa, but this article makes it clear that there are noticeable differences between that Rancor and this one. So it is unlikely that it's going to be a flashback sequence, and more likely that Boba comes across a different Rancor. Either way guys, I must say I'm very pumped for this kind of action. It seems like the showrunner and producers wanted to go all out on this show, and we're in for stunning visuals like we've not seen before, not even in The Mandalorian. As we know, the Book of Boba Fett airs on December the 29th, and we should be getting our full trailer on Disney Plus Day. There is a small chance we do get a teaser or something earlier than that date, especially with the recent poster dropping, but I don't want to get my hopes up. Everything in good time, and I'm sure we're all going to be delighted when we get that notification of a trailer. The reason I'm putting such a heavy emphasis on the trailer is that it's going to give us our first proper look at the series. I doubt they're going to put too many spoilers in there, but trailers give you a good sense of the pacing of a series and what kind of show it's going to be. All we have is The Mandalorian Season 2 to go off of, and while the show is a spin-off of Mando, it's been rumoured to be unique and different, notably much grittier and darker, and I suppose a larger question that comes out of this is what kind of Boba Fett are we going to get? Is he going to be a reluctant hero, a villain, or is he going to occupy a space in between them? Boba Fett has not appeared for long enough in the past for us to really work out concretely what kind of character he is. In the original trilogy, we were meant to perceive him as a dangerous bounty hunter who leaned on the villainous side, working with Darth Vader. But in The Mandalorian, we got a much more human Boba who was fair to Din Djarin and willing to help him. I think they're going to draw heavily on War of the Bounty Hunters, and we all know what that could mean. But this question is definitely going to be of interest for Boba Fett fans who've loved the character ever since his first appearance in the 1978 great holiday special? Our answer to this question is going to come from seeing what the showrunner has in store. From the behind the scenes special of The Mandalorian Season 2 that we got last Christmas, it's pretty clear that Robert Rodriguez understands the character of Boba and has a deep connection to him and wants to represent him accurately while also doing justice to the sheer legacy behind the iconic character. As a big Boba Fett fan myself, I trust him, and honestly, I'm sure he's done a great job. As we heard him say more recently, he says the show over-delivers and he had no issue hyping the hell out of it. And that is always a good sign. And then of course in this series we're going to get the Filoni and Favreau touch of it, which is ultimately going to link it to The Mandalorian. Both those guys are producers on the show and they're what's going to make the story coherent with the overall Mandalorian story, and it's going to have a lot of tie-ins as well. So what an incredible show we have to look forward to. This is the way. And another big question that the Book of Boba Fett needs to answer, which I've not seen too many people talk about, is how in the world did he escape the Sarlacc Pit? Now there are answers in Legends, but we don't have a canon answer. And I think based on what Temuera Morrison said about flashbacks and showing where Boba Fett has been, I think the show is going to start by showing us what happened, and more importantly, how he got out. Now speaking of the Sarlacc, Star Wars has introduced a new predator, which I quote, makes the Sarlacc look pathetic. Now I really like the Sarlacc Pit, so I hope they make a convincing case. Let's take a look at what they've got to say and what this new creature is. It's called the Zagorak. There have been a wide range of creatures revealed throughout the saga, from the Krayt Dragon in The Mandalorian to the Rancor in Return of the Jedi. Although Din Djarin and Luke Skywalker were able to vanquish their beasts, not every hero is so lucky. When Boba Fett seemingly met his demise in the Sarlacc Pit, he was in the process of being digested over 1,000 years. But as we know, he got out. As the galaxy continues to expand, a new monster puts the vicious Sarlacc to the test. In Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters number 16, written by Ethan Sachs, when Dengar is abandoned by his fellow bounty hunters and left to fend on his own, the Zagorak reveals itself. Bursting out of water beneath the ice, it proves to be a formidable threat to Dengar. Although he taunts the creature lurking underneath him, he quickly realizes his mistake as he raises his blade. And as you would expect, Dengar backs away. At the most desperate moment, Dengar is saved by Crimson Dawn's assassin Deathstick, who blasts the beast as it prepares to eat Dengar. According to her, he would be getting digested by the creature, possibly in the same fashion as the Sarlacc. So there you go guys, Star Wars have created a new sort of Sarlacc creature, but this one is called the Zagorak. It is definitely terrifying, but I don't know if I'd go as far as saying that it makes the Sarlacc Pit look pathetic. The Sarlacc is still iconic to Star Wars and we have to show it some respect, even if it almost digested Boba. I'm obviously just kidding guys, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So that, my friends, is all I have for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and a huge welcome if you are, but otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. I'm Star Wars Meg, and I'm wishing you a phenomenal rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. Have a good one.